I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we are talking to Robyn Mckeefrey, author of Mommy Went to the Hospital to Bring Home a New Baby, a heartwarming children's book that offers insight and guidance for families as they navigate the exciting but sometimes challenging transition of welcoming a new sibling home. With her background as a registered nurse and professor, Robyn brings a unique blend of personal experience and professional expertise to her storytelling. We're delighted to have her on our show. Thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put Robyn on the spotlight, and ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel. Robyn, loved your book. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me, Logan. It's my pleasure.
This is a huge issue for a family that's bringing home a new baby. I remember my pediatrician at the time said, well, imagine your wife was bringing home a new guy. What kind of impact that would have on you? So it's kind of the same thing with the little baby at home or the toddler or whomever. You're bringing home somebody else in their life. And, don't worry, mommy's going to love you just as much, even though there's two of you now. It's a lot for a child to process. So I presume that's the inspiration behind your book a little bit, right?
Yes, it actually was my inspiration. So on a very long car ride to work in traffic one day, I had this forethought. My oldest daughter was expecting her second child.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of drew upon what kind of conversations was I having with her when I was expecting my second child? What kind of conversations is she having with her son expecting her second child? And just drawing on my education and my professional experience and my personal experience, and also what was going through my young grandson's mind as his mother was speaking to him about, and a new sibling entering his life.
I love the fact that now there's a book that you can read with your child to help prepare him or her for that big day.
Yes, so I had my inspiration and I said, maybe really this could actually be something that I could pay forward to families that are growing and expanding. And, I put some thoughts together. There are some special illustrations and some special nuances to me and my children in there. So it just kind of makes it really warm and fuzzy for me. And I want to pay that forward to others.
That's wonderful. The illustrations are beautiful. Did you hire an illustrator? Did you collaborate with somebody you know? Tell me how that worked out.
Yes, so I hired an illustrator. My publishing company did recommend someone, and I sent him the text,
Mm-hmm.
and he literally took it and he executed my vision so beautifully. It's vibrant, it's colorful, it's meaningful. The characters are endearing, they're endearing to me. And he just took my vision and went with it. The hardest part of the whole thing was coordinating the colors so everybody matches.
Exactly. Exactly. That's awesome. They're beautiful pictures. Aside from your book, let's talk a little bit about the practical tips or things you can do to ease the transition. I remember when my second son was coming home, the second child, I bought my son a Brio train set. I remember because I was broke at the time and getting a Brio train set was a big investment, to kind of ease the pain. Do you think that's a good idea to give a gift to try to realize, to make the child feel like you're not being displaced?
Yeah, I think some conversations in advance are very important, not too overwhelming and not too long, but
Hmm.
some brief conversations. I used to find it very helpful when I had a captive audience of my kids in the car with me, and that is displayed in the book. There are conversations, when the child is in the car with her mom, just some brief conversations, just some snippets of information, some helpful hints. Like in the book, what are we going to expect when a baby's crying? Are they
Right.
hungry? Are they cold? Do they need a cuddle? Do they need a diaper change? conversations about sharing, good sharing, and those kind of conversations are very, very important, for especially toddlers and young kids that are used to having mommy or daddy or grandma or their favorite stuffed toy just to themselves. So those are very important conversations to be had in advance.
Exactly, exactly. And I remember it so well when we brought home my second son. Um, and a couple of weeks into it, my older son was sitting in the back seat of the car, poking him in the eye,
Yeah.
literally poking him in the eye. So
Yes.
he got kind of yelled at for that.
Yeah.
What was
I
it
mean,
like for you? You're a mom of two. What's the age difference between your children, and what was it like bringing home the second child?
yes. So my children are very close in age. They're just over 14 months apart.
Mhm.
And I remember having those conversations, mommy's going to have a new baby and you're going to be a big sister. And what are we going to expect? And we're all going to love the new baby. And aren't babies cute? But mommy's going to have to be feeding the baby and changing the baby. But I will always love you. You're always going to be my first baby. I'm still going to hug and kiss you. And I'm still going to cherish you and the times that we have together, and we're still going to do special things together. Just all of those, words and conversations of encouragement for that little one as they are apprehensive as well.
Mm.
Their world is being turned upside down and they are apprehensive and they don't know what to expect. And you can see one of the pictures in the book where she's like peering into the little baby's room, a little apprehensive, so cute, looking into the room saying, there's going to be a new baby in that room. And what am I going to think? And how am I going to be? And what am I going to, experience? So just, really special times.
Yeah, it's a wonderful time. It's a challenging time for a child for sure. And it's great, like I said, that you have this book now as a resource. Have you thought about making it into a video or producing it somehow like that?
So I think the characters are so endearing that it
Mhm.
would make a wonderful video, a wonderful cartoon. Perhaps I've thought about maybe a coloring book, take the vibrant colors of the book front and back, and inside, just the black and white along with the text, and have children get the experience of maybe coloring in, the characters and the scenery and making that kind of their own. Considering, introducing other books that are, helpful and educational for young families that are expanding and growing.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the idea of making it interactive is great because kids need that, I think, in order to learn.
Yeah.
And a video or a coloring book, like you said, I think that's great. Now, has this inspired you to do any more writing of
So
children's
I
books or
actually,
otherwise?
a very good question. I actually have two more books in the pike.
Mhm.
I, wanted to get a feel on how this book was going to be received, and I'm getting great feedback. People are so kind and so generous and entering feedback and reviews on the online uh, social media sites, and there's been great feedback, and I would love to take it forward and do some more if I have that opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sure you will. Now, also on like more of an adult level, you're a nurse and,
Yes.
at a major hospital. You could actually even write more scholarly type articles and journals and books if you wanted to. And not as much fun as a children's book, though, I guess.
Yes, I mean, when I was going through my master's, I was published, but that was on a more professional healthcare level. But my experience, I am a nurse, but my experience in maternal health, I think, has really helped me through the years. I was, a maternal health nurse, and I was around pregnant women and, infants, and young children as they came, to visit their parents when, they had a new baby to introduce to them. And I kind of drew on my education and my professionalism and my personal life raising two daughters. So,
Wonderful.
it's really helped me. And I think the topic is such an important topic. And, it makes a great shower gift or a great little sprinkle shower gift. And, it's just a great topic. I think it's a topic that needs to be out there. I think it's helpful for families, parents can read to children. And of course, children love books. My grandchildren won't go to sleep without the book. I mean, they're so just infatuated. Maybe it's because grandma's picture's on the back. No, but they love it. So
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Just sort of final bit of advice for our new parents out there. Do you think it's a good idea to make one-on-one time with your older child after the baby is brought home? Something like you have a date night with your husband so you keep that relationship strong. Do you think it's good to have some one-on-one time with that older child?
I certainly do. I think it's essential that parents make the time to spend with the older sibling. On personal level, I used to sometimes hand my baby off to, my husband or say my mom, and I would then spend some special time playing in the basement or going out for a walk or going out to the park. It doesn't have to be a very long adventure, but they need to know that you spend that, critical quality time with them and just with them.
Absolutely. And it's good for dad too to get some one-on-one time with the baby without mom hovering around as well. The name of the book is Mommy Went to the Hospital to Bring Home a New Baby. It is a wonderful children's storybook that will be insightful and give you guidance for your young family that is growing and expanding, and there's questions. And Robyn Mckeefrey, the author of this book, has fielded all of them as only she can. Robyn, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Logan, thank you so much for having me. It was lovely. Thank you.
My pleasure. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.